Hello, welcome to the Rose Podcast. I am Alejandro,
And I'm Isaac.
and dude, we suck at synchronizing this audio, bro. like,
Yeah,
like for the people listening, y'all don't understand the struggle that we go through every time we try to freaking get this thing in sync. There's a dog barking. This I'm not sure. Oh, I hope it doesn't go in, but yeah, there's the dog barking. I would appreciate it if he were to quiet down. But yeah, we always we suck at getting this in sync. This fool is like, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like when you're telling me like, all right, we're gonna do three, two, one, and then clap. I was not paying attention.
I
But
attention span of a fucking 3-year-old, dude.
what'd you say? What were we talking about? I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing. But we're gonna talk about it's Memorial Day weekend right now. So you know, I hope everyone has their barbecues already. It's about to be summer, bro. It's getting hot.
Isn't
And
it already?
is it? When was the
Is it
first day
not?
of summer? It might have been. Um, but like honestly, like I never remember what days. Like I just go outside. I'm like, oh, summer now.
Yeah.
First day of summer. Let me see. Let me see. Oh no, it's on the 20th of June, and so it's still technically spring. And my allergies are still acting up. No, not really,
Huh.
dude. Allergies suck, man. Like I be going on hikes and stuff all the time, and like whenever I forget to bring my allergy medicine, it's never a good time because like when I'm out there, it's like not that bad. It's not until like I get back home and like I'm just like doing something random like around the house, where it just hits me all at once, and then I get all snotty nose. I get runny noses and stuff like that. I start sneezing all the time. I can't breathe through my nose. It's always a rough time.
Yeesh.
But and then you over here don't even have to deal with those seasonal allergies.
I
You lucky.
sure fucking don't.
Yeah, and you never forget. You never ever forget to mention that you're glad that you don't have to deal with it. Like I have really bad allergies, like insanely bad allergies. I hate it. I used to
Huh.
be allergic to cats, but like we got this cat like a year ago, and living with the cat has it's built me up a tolerance. I would say.
Is that how it works?
I mean, I would say so because like you're living in the same household with the cat, and then not only that, like I'm very like careful with the cat. I don't. Her name's Cinder, and she's adorable. She is so cute, and I love that kitty so much. But uh, like every time I pet her, I have to wash my hands after I'm done, and like
Oh.
it sucks because like she likes to sleep on the uh the chair in the kitchen, and like whenever I want to go eat something. And I put my freaking food at the table, like she's right in the seat, and I'm like, oh, if she's awake, I'll just like pick her up, put her down.
Yeah.
But then I have to go wash my hands because like I'm not gonna eat with after touching a cat because then I'll die. But yeah. Then
That's
and then whenever she's asleep, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna wake her up. I'm gonna let her sleep.
yeah. Cause
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have it. Cause like the only because Jose has a lot of allergies, right? And he's like super deathly allergic to cats.
Yeah.
And then I don't. Does Kyle have? He doesn't have allergies, does he?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
I
Yeah.
have it. Ugh. I hate my
Yeah.
allergies.
I can imagine because like my sister, she has like really bad allergies, like to the point where like she loses her voice and like it's just like she needs to stay in her room like the entire day if it gets like too fucking much. And like I
Yeah.
can't imagine having that. Like I don't think my oldest sister has allergies. And I don't think my brother actually has allergies. I think mainly it's just my sister, my youngest sister.
It's always one. There's always
Yeah.
one that gets, cause I know out of my brothers, I have it the worst when it comes to like seasonal allergies, and like it's cause I get it from my mom. My mom is like always. My mom has allergies just as bad as I do,
Fuck.
and like since I live so close to like my aunts, like even they have allergies, and then a lot of my cousins have allergies too. So like I remember like for Easter when I went to one of my cousin's house, like everyone was wearing a mask, not because of the whole COVID shit, but because of our allergies. And honestly, I really wish I would have thought of wearing a mask so much sooner because like these times have actually like this year is probably like the most bearable year I've had with my allergies because I haven't been like forced to go outside anywhere. Like all my all my classes for college were all online,
Uh.
and like I wasn't working at the time, so I didn't have to go outside, and
Mhm.
like I did still go outside though to go on like hikes and stuff, and that's when it would hit me. So, but like for the most part, like there would be days where I wouldn't have to deal with the allergies because I was indoors. Like
Yeah.
SpongeBob says, I know of a place, a magical place, something something indoors.
Penny, take it away.
Penny, take it away.
It's beautiful.
Nice, nice.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, like I
Yeah.
like this year has not been that hasn't been that bad. I remember last year sucked so much, and like especially because like the area I live in, there's a bunch of uh like people have a bunch of ranches out where I live, so there's a bunch of like open fields of just like stuff being grown.
Yeah.
So like when it's spring, like that shit hits me like a train, bro. It sucks.
Hmm.
And I remember like last year when I was working at a retail store, I was a cashier. So like whenever someone would come in at the door and like the door would open, I would just get hit with like the air and I'd be like, "Oh, you know?"
Yeah.
And like it sucked. I hated being at the front with a freaking runny nose. And then they would also have me do carts as well. So like
Fuck.
I'd go out into the battlefield, come back like all covered in blood.
Uh. I
But
mean, does help like does wearing a mask like help now? Like
it does, bro. It actually does.
so like now when you're out in public and since you have to wear a mask now, or I'm not sure if it's like
Like I still have my
yeah.
allergies, but they're way more bearable than they are whenever I like don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
Like I even noticed like the days when I would leave my house without my mask, I would have way worse allergies than the days when I did have it.
Yeah.
So like come next year, bro, like I'm gonna be wearing my mask in April. People are gonna be like, it's over, right? I'm like, no, it's never over for me. This is my life.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was kind of grateful for. Like at least of all the time of the year where I was forced to be like stuck inside, at least it was during allergy season. 'Cause that's like the time of the year where I hate going outside. Like summer's all nice because of like the weather and shit, and then winter I like it because it's like cool. You can wear a sweater. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
What would you say your favorite season is?
definitely winter.
Winter?
Fall, and basically every no, never mind. Fuck spring and fuck summer.
Yeah,
I'm
for real.
I yeah I because well I mean I don't have allergies like you like seasonal allergies. I do have an allergy to a food which is just shrimp and it sucks a lot.
Because you
But
love
like
shrimp.
yeah, it's like growing up that was like my favorite fucking food. I don't know what happened to make me allergic to shrimp, and it's not like deadly though. It's more like like I just break out in a rash type thing. Like my fucking throat doesn't start closing or anything. So it's like very very mild, and I'm grateful because I fucking just take the risk and eat shrimp anyways. whenever
Living
there's
like Larry, you know?
yeah, it's like when it's presented to me, I usually just eat. But like along with it, I have to like usually drink like a lot of water or like eat other foods with it just so like when I break out on the rash, it's not that bad. It's mainly just like watered down type deal, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, sorry, my audio just cut out for a second. I don't know what happened, but the what I like I was saying.
I'm so glad we did it first try getting that audio back into sync, because if we would have had like another 5 minute ordeal, I would have been heated. Heated like a candle, dude.
Yeah, I accidentally hit my mouse. I mean, not my mouse, my keyboard, and it just for some reason stopped recording everything. So I was like, oh fuck.
There you go.
But yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, my favorite has to be like fall and winter because I like the cold way more than I like the heat. Like I fucking hate it. Like fall is like fall like towards the end like sucks a lot because then I feel the heat coming and I don't deal with heat that well like at all. Like I fucking bitch and complain about it all the time.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing good about summer other than like fucking swimming and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else sucks.
For the most part, cause like, even like hiking and shit is way better. I feel like in like the autumn, especially when like the trees are
Yeah.
changing colors and the leaves are falling. Like
You're
that's a
right.
fucking vibe right there. And like with spring, it's like okay, cause like for the most part you'll have nice weather, which is like the one thing that you don't really get in winter. Usually it's a lot more rainy and windy. But
Yeah.
like hiking is so much fun, and like just being outside is way better when it's cold because like you can wear a sweater, like you know, like
And that's like half my
that's
wardrobe.
like half my wardrobe for real. Like you know, I can wear a sweater, not have to worry. You know, wearing a hoodie is great, and like
Yeah.
not only that, like if you get too hot, you can just take off your sweater, you know. But like
Uh-huh.
during the summer, when you get too hot, there's like only so much you can do, to the point where you're just
Yeah.
like committing a crime, and that's what I don't like. Like it's so much. It is way harder to keep yourself cool than it is to warm yourself up. Like if you want to warm yourself up, just like move around, you know, start
Yeah.
dancing or something. But
Yeah, like going under the covers, just like doing
dude,
all that shit.
sleeping is
during
the best during winter. Do not at me for real, because being underneath like 4 different warm ass blankets that are soft as fuck is like one of the best feelings in the world. Like when I was a kid, during the winter, I would open up my window just so it would get cold as hell in my room, so that I could be underneath like 4 blankets. You know,
Oh my, getting out of bed must be so
dude,
hard for
it
you.
is the worst. Cause when you're in there, and it's like, like I'm just like getting hugged. I feel like this is warmth and like loving energy, just like holding me. It's just like, shh, you don't need to get up, you know. And like
Yeah.
that is one truth. Sometimes it could be a trap, but I love like being underneath like a bunch of like blankets and stuff like that. And like during the summer, I hate sleeping during the summer because like I don't know about you, like in order for me to fall asleep, I have to have a cover. Like I can't like just like lay on my bed and then just fall asleep. I have to be like have something like some sheet covering me. And like
Yeah.
during the summer, like you can't really use a blanket. You got a freaking I don't even know. Like you gotta use like something really thin, and like it works, but like I want a
I
blanket, and like I hate whenever I like fall asleep and wake up like all like covered in sweat too. Like that's the worst feeling.
I sort of know what you mean. Like for me, I can't sleep without like I don't know how people do it, but people sleep in the nude. I don't know how people fucking do that,
I
dude.
sleep with my
I feel
shirt off
so
sometimes.
I can't even do that. I feel so uncomfortable doing that. Like I don't like I guess this is weird for people, but I never take off my socks. Never. And
Freak.
like
You fucking weirdo! I can't do this podcast with someone who sleeps with his socks on. I'm out.
yeah. Yeah, whatever. Like a lot of people I know like don't sleep with their like socks on. They just fucking, they just take that shit off. But for me, it feels so uncomfortable. I fucking hated it doing it as a kid, and I still hated doing it now.
Why?
And like I
Do you
can't.
think the
I
monster's
don't.
gonna grab your foot and yank you into the
No,
underworld?
no, no. It has nothing to do with that. It just feels so uncomfortable to me. Like I don't like it. I don't
I
know.
hate sleeping with
Like
socks on, dude.
I have to.
I need my
I
feet to
don't.
breathe.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because that's where we breathe from, our feet.
Sure. I don't know. I haven't found like any comfort in sleeping without my like socks on. I like if anything, it's like a blanket for my fucking feet, which makes it comfortable.
I get it.
Yeah.
I have to like during the summer. I have to sleep with a towel over my pillow, because like I wake up all sweaty and stuff like that, and I
No,
just use a towel.
no way.
Yeah, bro. I'm being dead ass. I'm looking at my pillow right now, and it has a towel on it. Because I hate like whenever I wake up and like my hair is like a little sweaty. I'm like, I just feel so disgusted. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Because like what
Yeah.
makes me mad is that like I'll fall asleep and I'll be like really cold when I like fall asleep, and then somehow I don't know what my body's like, yo, I'm gonna change the thermostat up, and like I just wake up and like I'm like drenched. Like sometimes I wake up drenched and I'm like, ugh. Like
Ugh.
and I hate it too whenever I like that's why I can't really like shower before bed, because like I worry that if I shower before bed, then I'll wake up all sweaty, and then I'm like, I don't know.
It was all for
Sometimes
nothing.
like I have to like shower before bed and after I wake up, because like I don't know, man. Sometimes I just get funky from just falling asleep.
That's I don't think I've. Well, you sweat a
I
lot
sweat
though.
a lot.
Yeah.
That, yeah, dude. I've always been that kid who's like super sweaty. That's probably why, dude. Honestly, I really am such a sweat though. Oh my god, it's all making sense to me. Like everything I do, I cheat. I attempt to be the best at it, which is why I'm such a sweat. Like everything I
So
do, it all makes sense now.
That's so stupid.
Sure. I remember like, dude. I remember I hated like freshman year when we would like go to lunch, and like I hated lunch so much because of how hot it was during the day, and like it was never a good time for me. I remember just like wanting to just stay in class, and that's why I'm so glad that like later on I figured out like, oh, this is why kids like stay in a teacher's classroom. Like it's nice and cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr.
Shout
Alvarez.
out to Mr. Alvarez.
Because we used to go to his class like every day.
Every day,
right?
bro. That was the spot. Dude, that was our spot though. Like I think who was it? I think it was me, Jiro, and someone else. I forgot who it was.
Wasn't it Abel?
It might have been Abel. It was the
Yeah.
three, like the three of us. We were the first one. Like we were the pioneers of that classroom, dude. I remember our
Really?
group, for the most part, we all hung out in that classroom. And then like the next year, these new freshmen come up on our block, come up in our room, like, yo, who are these people? And then the next thing you know, by the time we're seniors, bro, like you would go into lunch, or you would like during lunch, you would go into this classroom, and you would think that there's a class full of people in there. Like, you guys know it's lunch, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of fucking.
There was a
people
lot
there.
of
I
people,
remember.
right?
Yeah.
And like, like the fact that like, like I discovered, or I didn't discover it, but I was part of like popularizing that spot is like epic, bro.
Ooh, whatever.
And like, I remember he said something to us about like when we were about to graduate. He was like, "Wow, like after you guys graduate, this class is gonna feel a lot. It's gonna be a lot more empty, So like,
Yeah.
because like for the most part, it was like our main group of people that were like the people we all associated with. It was like all those people who hung out in that classroom. And like
Mhm.
I have some good memories in that classroom. No cap.
Yeah, yeah.
bunch of shenanigans went down there. Bunch of people got hurt. A bunch of shit got thrown at other people.
A lot of drugs are done in the back.
Not necessarily.
You don't
Okay,
think so?
I wouldn't say taken, but definitely exchanged. All right,
Yeah,
there
you're
was vaping involved. I remember how like in the second episode we were like not gonna say who it was, but we're kind of like putting him out there. But he's retired now, so like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You know? Everyone in that
right.
everyone turned out fine in that classroom. We were just kids doing what kids do. Like if you have a problem with that, fuck off. Like how else like you know, I'm sorry to hate to break it to you, but that's what teenagers do. We like to hit the vape and shit and like
Yeah.
talk shit and exchange drugs. Dude, I remember like I was offered pills by someone in that classroom. I didn't take them, but someone else did. And like I remember like I had class with him, and like I was watching him. I'm like, damn, how you feeling? You know? He's like, dude, I fucking
Yeah.
feel out of it. I think it was a Xanax or whatever. I don't know. I don't really mess with pills, so like I don't really know what any of that stuff does, so I can't really speak on it. I've only ever tried one pill one time, and like wanna know what's fucked up about it is that like I'm never doing it again, not because like I didn't like it, but because I liked it too much. Okay, I had too good of a time with it that I knew like, oh, I can't do this because if I do, like it'll take over me. Cause like I remember like now I kind of get why this country has such a big problem with opioids. Cause like it felt really good and like when it like like the like I oh fuck it, I don't give a fuck, bro. I have freedom of speech. Okay, don't judge
Go ahead.
people listening. Don't judge my journey. All right, I'm just a young lad.
Judge your journey.
I'm just a young lad. All right, but the pill I'm talking about is ecstasy. I took ecstasy one night, and
Mhm.
that shit was fucking crazy. It felt good though. Like it definitely did its job, you know. And I'm okay. I'm okay now. I didn't hurt myself, but like I'm never gonna forget the feeling of when it went away, bro. Cause like uh it went away so suddenly, and like that like like just the way it goes, like you're like really good, then you just crash. Like that's why people get addicted, because like that crash really fucks him up. Because like I
Yeah.
remember like when I woke up the next day, I was just so out of it, and like it was weird though. It was definitely a weird experience. Like overall, I would say I had a good time. You know, like for the most part, like nothing bad happened. I was with a good group of people. You know, and like I knew what I
Yeah.
was getting myself into as well, and like I trusted the people that I was with, and I figured like nothing bad is gonna happen if I were to take this. So I did all those precautionary measures in order to ensure that I would be safe, because that's what's most important. Because as long as I'm safe,
Yeah.
I can have as much fun as I can, and I definitely did have fun. Not like, but I don't condone or encourage anyone. You know, you guys all have your own choices to do whatever it is you want. It's your body. That's exactly
Right.
that's like my mentality with it. You know, like life is short. You know, and I'd much rather like try things out. You know, like I know like
I mean,
look, okay, let me say that again. Like I'm not saying that to like say it to like because like there's things I'm never gonna do, because I understand that there would be no point in me doing it, like crack or heroin or shit like that, you know.
Okay. Sure.
And like for
I
the most part, the only things I really mess with are shit that I do heavy research on before I even attempt to take it, and then you know, depending on like the effects and side effects and like other people's stories is what I use to gauge on like on to determine whether or not it's something that I'm willing to do. And
yeah,
I don't like
I think
I
that's
don't regret doing it, and that's the thing. I don't regret doing it, and I don't have any shame in doing it.
I mean, you do you,
You
dude.
do me, exactly. You know, like
Not me do you. I just meant you do
you
you.
do you. Yeah. Wait, what did I say? Wait, did I?
Because you're like, yeah, you're just like, you do me. It's like, no,
I
that's
didn't even realize I said that. I was trying to say me
uh,
do me. I do me.
oh yeah, okay,
Uh,
yes, do
do
yourself.
myself. Yeah. That's like my only experience though with like a pill. Like, but that's like I had too much of a good time that I understood that that shit would most likely get a grip on me, and and I'm like I don't want to deal with that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's like
Like I
very.
tried it, and I'm fine with I'm satisfied with my experience with it, and I will never do it again. But when it comes to like other stuff, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
There's a bunch of other things uh that I have tried, and like I don't I don't know. Like I feel weird just talking about it because like it's fucked up because like I feel like if I talk about it, I'll feel less of a person. But like these are like it's my life and these are my experiences, so like it would be fucked up for me to not share it with other people. I feel like that's why I do
Less
like
than a person.
not really like I don't know because like you know how like there's a stigma because of the whole war on drugs and shit like that, where it's like if you do anything, you're a terrible person. And like that's not the case. Like for the most part, if you just moderate yourself, like like there are things out there that could definitely benefit people, you know. And like the biggest example that I use is just like how people treat alcohol and how like everything's all twisted when it comes to alcohol because it's so normalized in our society.
Yeah.
And like when you look down at it, like comparing it to other drugs, and like whenever I compare it to like the other experiences that I've had, like any time I've had any like bad situation under any sort of influence, it's always been when I've been around people who are drinking. You know? Like
Yeah.
like I'll come out and say the things that I've done are marijuana, you know? The devil's lettuce,
Uh
marijuana. And
huh.
I've drinking alcohol, you know, because I live in America and that's all we do really. And then
Right.
I have dabbled in psychedelics. I've done LSD a couple times. Now I don't view LSD as a drug though. I treat it like I don't view it or treat it as a drug, which is where a lot of people get things twisted. You know,
Yeah, yeah. You said you don't view it. I mean, by definition, I think
it is a drug.
it a drug.
Yeah, but if you don't like if you're irresponsible with it, then it will fucking take you to wherever you want to go. Like you like when you like for my own experience, like I've always had something good and something positive come from every time I've done it. And like I never like I always get anxious before I take it, but after I come back from it, I don't feel like I always feel so connected with myself and like just the whole world around me. And like I always just have this like positive outlook on my own uh like my own place in like the whole universe. And like I've had people who I've told this to, and like they tell me things like they don't like the idea of me doing it, but I still do it because like I understand the purpose that it provides to me and the meaning that I put behind it, you know, and that's like what's most important, which is like I don't have any shame in ever like doing any of this, but sometimes I feel like I like sometimes I feel like I live in a society that is making me feel shameful for have even like tried it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are just ugh, fucking sinner.
Sinner. I mean, if I was a
uh,
sinner and if God didn't want me doing those things, then He wouldn't have let me even have them in the first place. You know, that's what my argument against the people who say like the weeds are like the devil's lettuce, you know?
Yeah, but then it's like, then I don't know. Isn't that like the whole free will
Free
argument
will.
thing? It's like, sure, yeah. Like God gives you the free will, and so I don't fucking
I don't
know.
know either.
Some shit about free will. I don't know much about the Bible or anything, so I'm just not gonna get into
Don't
that.
really get into that.
I took a lot of philosophy classes though. One of them was on religion.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I didn't really pay attention in that class, mainly because like I don't know, it just wasn't that in- intriguing for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it was specifically on religion too, and I was just like whatever about it. And I mean, there's a lot of good points brought up, I think, and there's a lot of like theories that I learned and shit like that, which were cool. Like I thought like some of them were interesting. But yeah, I just didn't really try in that class, like, cause at that point I was just like whatever about school, and just like not having motivation to do it. So I was just like,
Yeah, dude, that's just fucking hella tough. Like,
philosophy.
no, like, fucking school, bro.
Oh, yeah, tough.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, I remember, like just this recent semester I was taking, I had two classes, and like, like I was doing okay in them, but I didn't really feel like I was like learning anything. Like I was still showing up to classes, but like I wasn't like retaining like any of the information. I felt like, and like like with the whole COVID thing that happened, like everything just got like so weird and like unorganized, and like to my own fault, I just like sort of fell off, and like like what's crazy is that like I was still showing up to one of my other classes because that class I enjoyed going to, and like I had people in that class who were in one of my other classes. They were telling me about like the final for that class and how easy it was, and like like they were basically telling me that oh like because I told them that I dropped the class. I had already dropped the class, and
Yeah.
like they were telling me that it was like it would have been an easy A and like you shouldn't have dropped it, But like
Damn.
I didn't drop the class because I knew I was gonna fail it. Like I dropped the class because I wanted to learn something and I felt like I was gonna pass and not learn anything. So like that's why I
Which
dropped it because like I really wanted to learn like what it was. It was like one of my auto classes about like tools and shit, like the name of the tools and stuff like that. So like that was something I like really needed to like get down because that's like a foundation, Like, and like I remember just like showing up and I would do good on tests. Like that's the thing about me. Like if you put multiple choice up and multiple choice tests in front of me, I can do pretty decent on it, even if I don't know the material, because it's like the odds are very like 1 in 4 chances. For the
yeah,
most part, two of them are just random things, so usually it comes down to two choices. It's not that complicated. And
yeah,
like that's the thing about school for me personally that I've always like never really connected with. Like I would always pass my classes, but sometimes I wouldn't feel like I would be learning anything.
yeah. So, oh, okay. So like that's mainly why you dropped it,
Yeah,
just because it. Did you make it like mainly? Oh, never mind.
like I
That's
dropped it because I felt like I wasn't learning anything and I wanted to learn something. So
yeah,
I have no like problem retaking the class because like I'm just retaking like there's gonna be stuff that I already know. So like it's gonna be way easier the second time around than it is the first time.
right.
And it's like I don't mind it. Like you shouldn't be ashamed of your failures and like be proud of them because those are
I
where
mean,
you learn the most.
yeah,
Cause like I remember like I was like really like it was really getting to me the fact that like I let that happen, but like that's why I tell myself like you know what like it's perfectly okay. Like thousands of people around the fucking world are failing classes that they're not even sure if they want to be taking, and the fact that like I was able to be like aware of myself to basically like I essentially failed myself when I think about it. Just so I held myself back just so I could retake it and like attempt to do it at a better like in a better version of myself, I would say, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. Cause that's why like I dropped some of my classes before. Well, it sucks, and like if I'm being honest, like it it sucks a lot because for me, I don't like talking about school. Like whenever it came up, like in like conversations and stuff like that, or like whenever I had to think about it, because for some reason, school gives me like super anxiety now.
Dude, yeah.
I don't like because like everyone makes it out to be like super important, and to a point it is like it's super important in like for your career and shit like that. Like you need to have good grades and stuff like that. Like I it yeah, I don't know. I fucking hate it whenever I talk about school now. And like I think that what cuz I fell into a slump, I think like beginning 2018-ish, and then like just from there, bro, it like fucking sucks. Like cuz I was like doing pretty good at my classes and stuff like that, and then like I just sort of hit a wall, and like in terms of like fuck, man, what am I really like doing in school? Like why am I doing this type thing? And then like I just couldn't, and like for some reason that just bothered me so much, and I couldn't focus on my classes, and like even now it still like bothers me, but like now I have like more of an idea of what I want to do in a way, or at least what I like doing, which is like mainly like I want to see if I can get into like engineering more than computer science, because computer science was my original major. It still is, and I'm thinking about changing it to mechanical engineering just to see like where it takes me, because with all the classes that I've done so far, like they're mainly just like the major STEM classes that you would need, and then like taking those classes would mean like you can go into like any fucking computer or engineering field you want without any like without having to like take any more, like I don't know, like you can take these classes and then like you can just go and do whatever the fuck you want in like any STEM field, which is just mainly like math and physics. Like if you have those classes down, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But like for a long time, like I've on my and I fell into a slump, and I've been doing horrible in them. Like math was like the one thing that I was like super good at, and then after that I like for some reason I just fell apart. I just can't like but the same thing, I for some reason can't put in the effort to learn anything. Like fucking teachers will I would go to lectures and stuff like that, and like I would take notes, but sometimes they just wouldn't sink in.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And I just like and homework was like super important, because most of the time I would like cram before like tests and stuff like that, and I would just be doing the homework rather than looking at like my notes and whatever, and that shit would be like super important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, dude.
cuz I'm on my third try for this one class, for actually two classes that I'm taking, and it's I feel really shitty about it, because both times both first times I took it, I just didn't put any effort into it. For some reason, I took it my first time, and like I dropped it midway, because I was just like, I'm not learning anything, I'm not doing the homework, I'm not doing jack shit, I'm just gonna retake it and see if I can do better next semester. Did the same exact thing, and then to a certain extent I did the same exact thing like first half, but then rather than like dropping it, I just kept at it. I just told myself, like, do I really want to drop these classes again and then just like redo it later and like feel shitty about it, or do I just want to at least just go through it and feel shittier about it, but also feel happier knowing that I actually just went through the entire class without,
Yeah.
So like it sucks a lot whenever you have to drop classes, or like I sort of know how you feel, and like in the sense that like you didn't learn
Bro,
anything, so you
that
just
shit
dropped
that
it.
shit kind of eats away at you.
It does. It really does. Like it sucks a lot, because then it's like like for me, I felt like when I first dropped my classes, I was like, fuck, man, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, you know, like I started talking a whole bunch of mad shit about
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Like
Oh,
that's like the hardest thing to do, to not get in your own head, especially when you like fail at something. And like like just like for me, it was a fucking English class, bro. Fucking English, dude. I've always struggled in my English classes from the day I've been born. And like cuz like math is like so easy for me. It just comes to me. I don't know, bro. Numbers are like my thing. You know like Alex Mason from Black
yeah.
Ops 1? The numbers. Like that's me, bro. That's me. And like English though, like when it comes to like language and shit like that, like I really struggle with that. Like I really do struggle with like communication and like speaking languages and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
like I speak like I speak English and I speak Spanish, so I would be like I'm bilingual. But like what I explain to everyone is that like when it comes to Spanish, I understand it a lot better than what I can speak it.
Yeah,
And
same.
like uh I feel like it's the same way for me with English, but like it's not as like noticeable. But I still feel like whenever people tell me things, I get it. But whenever I try to convey what it is that I'm thinking, like I have a lot of difficulty in thinking of like what I want to say and how to say it instead of just saying it. Which is why sometimes I could like talk a little slow or not even have anything to say. It's because like I'm just like my brain's working so hard to like get the words to think of them. You know, that's like one thing I'm really starting to notice about myself is that like when it comes to like more things regarding like logic and like stuff like that, like numbers, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
really good at that. And like where it comes to things that are way more abstract or like you know, you kind of have to like you know like be very descriptive like with like storytelling things like that. Like I always like it's way more difficult for me.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And like that's why
I
like
fucking
you know like I'm about to fucking take this English class for the third time, you know, but like I'm not gonna quit until I fucking pass that shit. Like I'm not gonna fucking stop myself. Like I'm not gonna let my failures like define who I am. I'm just like I still have to overcome it, you know, but like it's part of the journey. So like I feel like
yeah.
the reason why I have so much trouble with it is because like maybe like once I get it, it's just gonna fucking like I don't know, like it would be sick. Like cuz like I've always struggled with talking to people and like it would be so fucking sick to turn probably like what I would consider like one of my weakest assets or my weakest like links or whatever into like my greatest asset. You know, that's like that's one reason behind this podcast too because like I wanted to be able to like hold a conversation with anybody. So like these podcasts are just like me essentially like practicing and getting better at it. And like I've even like whenever like I edit them, like I notice it within like the edits. Like even for like the brief amount of time we've been doing this, I'm already noticing like how much better I am at just like holding a conversation. You know, so like that really motivates me to just keep pushing on this path that I'm on. And you know, like I just think about like a couple months from now, you know, like where I'm gonna be at. As long as I just stay on this road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I think it's
thing.
pretty fucking dope though.
Yeah, I mean that's some baller shit though. like
Baller shit.
turning your weakest thing into your greatest asset.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah.
Cause that's like
I
more meaningful, you know. Like when you come from less and gain a lot. When you come from when you have to struggle to get something. Like when you finally get what it is that you want, it is so rewarding. You know, like J. Cole always
yeah.
says, bro, there's beauty in the struggle. There really fucking is, man.
No, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of like satisfaction in like doing something that's like so fucking hard and difficult that you're just like not good at, and then just like being able to like finally be able to do it. Like it it's pretty fucking
It's
rewarding.
very, very rewarding. Um, Yeah, like I remember like I'm trying to think of the last time I overcame something like that. It was probably when I was like working on my car or something. I was like getting really like I was getting really doubtful with myself and my skills, and I was like getting really frustrated, but like I just like kept powering through it, and then like when I finally got it, I was like so happy, and I felt so good, and like like that's the thing, like because of how much I struggled, like and like I knew how much I was struggling, like when I finally like knew that like that struggle was over, like that moment of like relief when you realize you're out of that struggle is like one of the most like rewarding feeling in the world, because it's like, okay, I'm done struggling, now I can just enjoy the fucking thing for now until I fucking find the next struggle.
Yeah.
But like
That and yeah, that's uh I I had that happened to me earlier this week too, I think, or last week. I mean, it wasn't with the car though, it was with math. Cuz
yeah,
how you said like when you feel like you aren't good at something until you like finally get it
yeah.
type thing. Same thing happened, like almost. Like I just fucking I thought I suck at math, dude. And but most of it comes down to just me not remembering how to do shit, cuz it's been like forever that I've like done it. And cuz like I took calculus, like I took like second year calculus in or like third year calculus like almost like over a year ago, and then since then I haven't really been like using it because I've been learning this other subject called linear algebra, and then now I'm back on to fucking calculus type shit, and now I have to like remember how to fucking do all this shit again. So it's like I stayed on a fucking problem for like an hour because I didn't know how to solve it, and I was just getting so fucking frustrated with it because I didn't know what the fuck was happening, and it just turns out I was just like I just forgot how to like do one step. Like there was one step that I needed to do, and like all I had to do is like fucking Google it and like remember how to fucking do it, and I was like, oh, it's fucking sick, and I was able to get it. And like I felt pretty rewarding. I mean, I felt like pretty good about myself. But then it hit me with another hard one. I was like, God fucking damn
There it
it!
goes
But
again. Like
yeah,
I don't know. Like we're like a lot of people have this view where like there's like one big struggle, and then once you're done with it, that's it. But like for the most part, like there's always gonna be some struggle, you know.
yeah,
Like there's gonna be always something thrown at you, and like it's a struggle, but like you never have to like fall into it. That's the thing. For the most part, it's like a test. It's like testing you, like how you really are. Like when like dude, I watched this crazy motivational video last night of this dude who was talking about how like I don't remember his name, but he was talking about how he used to like grow up, like he grew up playing football, and he basically was gonna be like signed to the NFL, and like like a couple weeks before like his final game in his senior year, I think, he got into like a really bad accident like during a game where he like really injured himself, and like what's so crazy is how like he was talking about how like his dream in life was to like work for the NFL, and how like that's like what he would want to do, and like when he was at that like when he went to the hospital for that injury, he like the doctor was telling him that like there was a really bad like internal bleeding that they needed to do surgery on, and like the doctor said like if you don't do it like right now, you probably won't make it tomorrow. So like then he like said this thing that was like really deep. He's like, so it all came to that one moment. He's like where he like basically questioned everything, and he realized that like if he were to have gotten that, he like still wouldn't have like felt fulfilled, like And like what he said is basically like whenever like the universe and stuff is like telling you no, and like throws a struggle at you, like that will make you come face to face with like your true self, and like basically to stay, and like the message he left it off on is like what are you gonna do when like everything is telling you no? Like are you gonna like fall into it, or are you gonna stick true to your word and your character, and like even when everything is like telling you no, you're still gonna push through it because you understand what it is that you want, you know?
Yeah. That's some true ass shit.
That shit, honestly, bro, that shit was very deep, bro. It was really nice. Like listening to that, I felt hella empowered. And like, yeah, like, one thing I'm like kind of glad I'm very aware of is how like, I don't want and like I don't want to be rich to be rich. I want to if I would want to be like I don't even like saying that. I don't want to be rich. I'd say I would want to have wealth because like when you're rich, you just have money. But when you have wealth, you have value. You know, and like
Yeah.
I you heard that song "Excuse Me" by ASAP Rocky?
No, I have
Well,
not.
in the beginning, he says something that's like kind of true. He says, wealth is in the mind, not the pocket." I learned that from a very wise man. I don't know who that wise man was, but that's just fucking true. Like, wealth is not in the pocket. Like, because, like, when you have wealth, you have value. And, like, when you have money, you just have money. And, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't
Mm.
want to be rich to be rich. I want to be, if anything, I would want to have wealth so that I could provide for the people in my life and for, like, the causes that I connect with. Like if I would like I remember I was talking to Kyle about this shit. I'm like, dude, if I were to ever get like David Dobrik rich, I would just like I would be doing the same type of shit he's doing. Cause like I love watching his videos because like he does like he uses like all of his assets and stuff like that to help other people out who are struggling, who are in a like less condition than he is. And that's what I like to
Yeah.
do. Even now, like if I have a couple dollars to spare and like I see like someone begging, I won't mind giving them money. Like cuz like I remember like cuz like the way I look at it, the feeling that I get whenever I give them like that $2 or whatever is just way more valuable than the $2 themselves could ever like the feeling that I get whenever like I do something kind like that just out of my own heart is way more
Mhm.
rewarding than any money could ever bring me in the world. And like the fact that I'm aware of that, I think is like what really separates me from a bunch of people. And like a lot of people, cause like a lot of people, they want all these things. They feel like if they get this, and they'll feel happy. If they feel like they get these other things, and they'll feel good. But like that's not where you find your satisfaction, because like whenever you buy anything new, you're gonna appreciate it, and then eventually you're just gonna get used to it. Like that's why like I'm in no rush to like buy a new car or anything, because like the car I
Yeah.
have now is perfectly fine, and like with how I maintain it, like I know it's gonna last me. So like I don't need a new car now because like I'm satisfied with what I have, essentially. So
Yeah.
like and I don't know. I feel like because of that, like I'm gonna get what I really truly want, because like like I can see through the bullshit. Like you don't need a fucking new ass phone or a new ass car to feel good about yourself, because the moment the newest version of it comes out, you're like the thing you have is gonna be outdated, and people are not gonna give a fuck about it anymore. So like that's like with cars, like if you buy a new car next year, there's gonna be a newer version of it,
Yeah.
and then you're still stuck with that car, and you're still in debt because you took a loan out on it. Whereas I'm over here chilling, satisfied with my car that I don't even have to pay a monthly payment on, you know, because
Yeah,
and like you like what I like to tell people is that you don't have to have a new car to have a nice car.
that's true. That's 100% true.
Like that's so fucking true, and people get like so twisted. Like we live in this throwaway society, you know, where people have been will have one issue with one thing and then throw it away when they don't see the value in the rest of the whole thing. And like I don't know, like people don't want to try and make things work. People are lazy, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, although, like, comparing, because you were, like, talking about, like, buying the new phone and, like, buying new cars and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of enthusiasts, though. Like, I feel like for some people, like, buying a new phone is, like, whoa, I gotta have this because, like, they're enthusiasts about it. Like, how if Nissan comes out with, like, a new sports car or some shit, I'm gonna be all over that shit because I'm enthusiast for like Nissan and shit like that. Even though they fucking sucked ass for the past like past couple years, and haven't even made a new sports car in a while. I don't count the fucking Ultima as one either. And like, there's I don't know. Like I feel like buying the new car. Well, I don't fucking know. I guess it just matters what you appreciate more. Like if you have like a fucking 19 like 80s shitbox or whatever, and like that's your daily driver, and like for some like I don't know how, but that car is still running somehow. But you love the thing, then I don't
That's
know.
what matters more.
I forgot what I forgot where I was gonna go with that, but I'm the like sorry, I'm just like I'm pretty tired if I'm being honest. But
Bro, it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. What you talking
I
about?
I don't know. I think I just might be sleep deprived. Like I've been working like the past 2 days, and like both days I worked. So I just went in super sleep deprived, and like even this morning, like I slept for like 10 hours, and I still like I feel sluggish.
Well, probably because you overslept. Dude, that's what I don't
Maybe.
like, bro. Cause like the way it's like you would think that like if you like if I didn't get this much sleep, then I'll just get a lot more to make up for it. But like I noticed that like
Oh shit.
I feel just as sluggish whenever I oversleep as when I undersleep.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that happens. I think it isn't like because they say like the ultimate, like the optimate. Is
Optimal.
that optimal? I don't. I feel like I'm fucking tired, bro. Anyways, they say like the optimal amount of time to sleep is like 8 hours, but don't people say like it's different for everyone now? Like,
Yeah, it's different for everyone because everyone's different. Like for I would say, like it also depends on your age too, and
isn't it like the older you get, the less sleep you actually
yeah,
need,
yeah, that's how
right?
it
Even
is.
though like, yeah,
Like I think what I've heard is like teenagers and like people who are like in their like early 20s, like our age, it's recommended that they get like 8. You know, that way they can still. But like people who are like
yeah,
40s, 50s, like they'll be fine. They could be fine with like 6 and still
yeah.
function just as optimal as someone like half their age with 9 or 8.
That's that's how all these dads are waking up so fucking early.
Bro, so like I did one thing for the first time in my life. Like I just like got up out and like I went outside to just look at the sun, and like I get why
Uh,
like sometimes you're in like the neighborhood, you see that man with his cup of coffee, just like standing out there, just
mhm,
like what's he doing, like
yeah,
motherfuckers just appreciating a nice ass day. Like like whenever I wake up, like they're like it's so weird. I'm weird like that because like I'll wake up at like 6 o'clock or whatever just so I could go outside and look at like the morning sky and feel like the morning air, and then I'll go back to sleep.
you know what? I've done that too. Like I want like you would. I sometimes randomly wake up. I like just this morning. I didn't do it this morning because I just really wanted to go back to sleep, so I just did. But like I woke up at like 6, and you know, the sun is coming out. But like before, I would wake up like pretty early before anyone else wakes up, like 6, 7. You know, sometimes I wake up when the sun is like barely coming up, so like at 5:30 ish, and yeah, I just go outside to like the backyard or something, and it's like because the air is so fucking
Dude, the
fresh and
air
cool.
is the best
Yeah,
part.
dude. Yeah, everything just feels so fucking fresh and like ugh, it just feels so fucking
Nice.
like just standing out there. Like sometimes I go out there and just stretch.
Yeah.
I stretch for a little while, just take in the fucking air, and then for like 10, 20 minutes, and I just go back inside, and
Bro,
I feel fucking
one of
good.
these days, what I need to do is go on like one of my hiking spots. There's this bench, bro. This epic level bench. I just want to like go there like when before the sun comes out and just sit there and watch the sun rise, bro. Cause this view is insane, and
Just start crying.
just fuck yeah, bro. Start crying at the fucking beauty of the world. Honestly, like
Yeah.
another reason why I kind of enjoy it is cause like I don't know about you, but for me, like waking up at that time and being outside, it brings me back, bro, to when we would like go during over the summers to cross country practice.
Oh
Like that
yeah.
shit, like waking up at that time just brings me back to those days, cause I'm like, man, those are good times.
Those were really good times. Yeah, cause I told you like okay, this was like almost like 3 weeks ago when I told you like I actually went out on a run. Oh, my voice cracked. When I went on a run on one of our old like courses, I guess. Not like the race course, but like our old trails, the 4 mile loop,
Yeah,
like the second right.
yeah.
Um,
Second ride,
and like
legendary run.
yeah, over and like this takes you out on like you start off on like the street, like in front of a school, and then like it'll take you on like this dirt road, and then you just follow that, and it takes you over a hill. And as I was going up the hill, it's just like it was pretty early, so like the fucking air was like really nice. There's like a really nice breeze, and like I'm not gonna lie, I fucking teared up a little bit because like
Ah,
it not only like did it remind me like not only like because it's also like it had much more like vegetation I guess than normal uh because we were in spring because we're in spring right now, so like all the fucking
the hills are
uh
still green, right?
yeah, they're all like everything is still green besides like the trails,
Yeah.
basically. So like everything looked just so nice, and like just everything, just fucking everything like made it look so fucking nice, and then like bringing back old memories of like when I used to run with everybody, and like how I used to start off, and then how versus how like I ended. Like it fucking made me sad a little bit because I fucking miss it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
like yeah,
Yeah.
but like I yeah.
Fucking dude, like I get what you mean. Sometimes I just get overwhelmed with that. Like and like I remember like sometimes like there have been a few runs where I would just start tearing up, and like it's like just this powerful feeling. Like it's like not tears of like sadness or anything. It's just like I don't know, bro. Like sometimes life is so beautiful that I can't handle it and I just break down and start crying, you know? Cuz it's like
Yeah.
fuck. Like they're like that's like what I'm like really like just trying to hone in on, just like all the fucking beauty in life that there really is. Because like in the time right now, like that's what you gotta do to keep yourself going. Just like fucking quit looking at all the bullshit and look at the shit that fucking like look at all the good things, and like, cause like ultimately like that's what's gonna give you the strength to keep going forward. Just think about all the good things and all the positives.
100%. It's yeah, enough with like because I know the news nowadays are just filled with just everything bad, and like they hardly ever cover like good small things, you know. But
Yeah.
like I think that's all up to you to just like find all those good small things and make the most of it, you know. Whether
Yeah.
it be like just something funny you watched, or maybe you have an old memory
Or fucking
and
just
just
see a bird flying.
yeah,
I don't know, bro. I really
and I
get like
just
that when I look at animals, cause I'm just like,
really
yeah, bro.
just like fuck. I wish I could be a bird.
Dude, don't even get me started on that. Oh, but like,
Yeah.
because like I don't know, bro. Like like it kind of like this kind of goes part into like the shit that I've done. Like it's most importantly like LSD, bro. Whenever like I've taken it and like I just like get like this overwhelming feeling of like satisfaction with the world around me. Like I can only ever see the beauty in life whenever I'm under that influence. Like I remember like I'll if everyone ever would ever do it with me, I say wow a lot because like I look because like I'm able to look at the world so much more differently, and that like I just see it for all the beauty that it is, and like it's just like it's an amazing feeling, and like that's why I do that shit. All right, because of that feeling that it provides me of like the fucking world is beautiful. I'm beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. We're all beautiful. Let's just all exist together and not be pieces of shit to one another. Like let's get over our bullshit and just be, just be. Like we don't have to be anything other than just here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I
I hope people
I
don't
think
like look at me and think I'm like a freaking crazy guy or something. I don't know, bro.
no.
I feel like I have insight.
You know what good insight I have. The I think it's okay to cry every once in a while.
Honestly,
In fact, I think it's so, like, for some reason to me it's sort of like therapeutic just to like let out a good cry every once in a while. And like sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I force myself to cry. Like I'll remember some like some scene as a kid, like the Iron Giant scene. Every fucking time I see that movie, bro, I just cry towards the end. Like, it's because you haven't seen that movie,
no,
have
I
you?
haven't.
No. Right. Okay. So there's the scene, and if anyone has seen the Iron Giant, you know what I'm talking about. Where like in the end, the Iron Giant like I kind of don't want to spoil it for you,
Don't spoil it,
but
bro.
like the Iron
You know,
Giant
wait,
does
how long has
something,
that
and
movie been out?
dude, it's been out since like
Then
before we were even
then
born.
spoil it, bro. I like the fact that I haven't seen it now means I probably won't ever watch it. So just spoil it for me. I don't
Alright.
care.
You have to. Okay, like there's a
Probably
scene
would.
at the end where the Iron Giant jumps up towards the fucking 'cause like there's a nuke coming towards him, but like where he's at, he's like in the middle of a town, so he's like, fuck, I don't want to see everyone die. And like the one of the it's a long fucking story, but basically he sacrifices himself in the end to
Save everyone
stop
else.
the bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, and like one of the final things was like he said Superman, and for some reason that shit gets me every time, bro. Like I just see it happen. He closes his eyes, and then there's a big fucking boom in the sky. This shit makes me sad every fucking time, bro. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just 'cause I love that movie ever since I was a kid. But every single time I see it, it just makes me fucking tear up,
Yeah.
man. I fucking love that movie so much. Number one in my fucking. But yeah, like having a good cry every once in a while, whether you're sad, sometimes you're like happy or whatever. I think it's really feels really
Yeah.
nice. Like afterwards, it just feels. I don't know. Like for me, I feel like refreshed.
Yeah.
You know, like I have no longer like I don't have the need to like be sad anymore. You know, like I got it out of my system
Yeah, definitely.
type thing.
Yeah, I
So it's just,
definitely
like,
agree with
yeah.
that. Cause like whenever you're like feeling a type of way, you should always allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. Just don't let yourself like fall into it. Let yourself feel the way that you feel, but you also need to understand and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? You know, like it's so easy for you to feel happy because it feels good, right? And like if you're happy, you know why you're happy. You know, and you just gotta play
Yeah.
that. You need to apply that same reasoning with whenever you're mad. Like why am I mad right now? Cause this motherfucker cut me off without using a signal. Like shit like that, you know? Like, all right,
Yeah.
you need to understand, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling with control. Don't fall into it. Don't do anything stupid. Just allow it and understand it. And then that's how you
It's-
fucking get over it.
It's like don't keep your emotions bottled up.
Because then
but
they'll come out
over-
eventually, whether you want it or not. Like you can hold yourself back so much, but like you'll never know your true breaking point, and like something could just someone somewhere could say something to you the wrong way, and then that's it. You fucking next thing you know, all right, now Stan Clarkson, you're convicted of 30 years for murder. You're like, that's how that shit happens. It's like I know it's funny, but
Yeah.
that's how that shit happens, bro. Because people
No, you're not wrong.
like people are ashamed to feel how they feel when you should never feel shameful for how you feel. Cause like you feel what you feel for a reason, and you need to understand why do I feel this way. Because if you just like bottle it up and just put it away, like you're never gonna resolve it, and it's just gonna be there, just
Yeah.
like there, and like you're always gonna be aware of it. Whereas if you come to terms with it and like overcome it, like you'll be able to handle things a lot easier. And yeah, like I ain't ashamed to admit it. It's good to have a good cry. It feels nice just to just fucking blow it out, let it out.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with that. And you know what? I feel like maybe
Make sure though, after you're done having a good cry, you drink up some water.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
We almost went this podcast without the water break. Y'all thought I wasn't gonna do it, but then I come at the end, boom, get some motherfucking water. That's how
Yeah,
we do it.
it was at the very fucking
At the
end.
very end, you know. So for the real ones listening, just be like, just like put something about water, whether you, I don't know, put it in the comments, you know. That way we.
I don't think anyone was listening in anticipation, like, oh, when is he gonna say it? Like, with their fucking water bottle right next to them, like, when is he gonna say it? I'm ready to take this break. They've been waiting an hour for that to
They
happen.
probably haven't made it through the hour because they died of dehydration. Nah, bro. We're the like. Drink your water. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
But yeah, definitely.
Everyone's fucking dirty out
Yeah,
there.
but yeah, I think that's a good point to leave it off. You know, allow yourself to feel what
Uh-huh.
you feel, so you can understand it better.
100%.
Drink your motherfucking water and wash your motherfucking hands.
And have a good fucking day.
Okay, that's a little too much. Have a great
At night.
motherfucking day.
There you go.
That wasn't enough.
Just had it.
All right. I've been Alejandro, and I'll see y'all people next week.
And I've been Isaac. And signing off. See ya. Bye. Love you.